night. Between cobblestone and excretion. Between darkness, light.
What the hell? I've no idea how you got in here, but I swear that you're about to see me get real angry. What? All right, then. Here's what's going to happen next. You either give me that piece of paper right now, or I will order Kashan to do it for you. And I promise you, that will be a painful process. Your employer? Pah! You're bluffing. I could kill you right here and no one would ever notice that you've gone missing. You. All right then. If your life depends on it. So, what do you want? If this was about doing damage to me, you wouldn't have come back with a certificate. So here's the deal. I'll tell you what you want to know, and you'll give me back the paper and keep this matter about the child to yourself. And one thing in advance. Try to double-cross me, and you will regret it. I promise. As I expected. All right, then. So, yes, it is true that I once owned the stone, but it is also true that I no longer do. That thing whose birth that piece of paper in your hand proves owns it now, if it is still alive, that is. Don't call it that. That creature doesn't deserve to bear the family name. But yes, he has it, if anyone does. I fear I have to go back in time a little. 7 years ago, with my old wench, she got pregnant. At first I thought it was a gift of fate, but when the child came, it was an atrocity, a joke of nature, everything but a worthy successor for our house. Malformed? Oh, that would be the understatement of the century. It had these tumors all over its face, and its left leg was a clump. The apothecarius said it was a wonder that it even survived the birth. I gave him away. And please, save yourself the indignation. You wouldn't understand my decision if I tried to explain it to you. Well, what do you think? She sure wasn't happy about it. But it was the right thing to do, and if a man makes a choice, the wench has to accept it. She's gone, anyway. Syphilis took her. To a small village where no one from Ark would ever see him, or at least where no one could trace him back to me. Oh, please, spare me that speech. Do you think that creature would have had a good life here? Just go take a look at all those cripples and sick in the Undercity. What future is there for them? They are the refuse of nature, and that is how they are treated. No, the only future that thing would have had would have been as an attraction in a traveling circus. I probably should have just put it out of its misery right away. Shame that I let my wife sweet-talk me into doing otherwise. My wench. She stole it from the treasury and put it into one of his pockets. She probably thought it was a common jewel of some sort, and that it would help whomever he ended up with to take pity on him. But truth be told, I didn't mind too much when I found out. Buying the black stone in the first place was one of the biggest follies my father ever committed. I don't put much stock in superstition and folk tales, but everyone knows something is wrong with those things. Anyway, since you will probably ask, as far as I know, the village where they took it is called Silver Grove. If the stone still exists, you should find it there. Now, give me the parchment and get lost. I kept my end of the bargain. Thanks. Now get out.
Oh, yes, my son. Oh, thank you. You truly are a good...
Oh my, now who is this? To see you here fills me with bliss, 'cause I can tell just from your eyes you search for magical I've seen this face, so yes, hooray! What can I do for you? Oh, this one is curious. I'm sad to have to tell you this, even though I'm not furious. My secrets stay in the abyss. Oh, blazes. You're right. I didn't see that question coming, that's all. But how goes the saying, practice makes perfect? Next time I'll be prepared. The business didn't go well in the past moons, that's all. Hardly any travelers or outlanders anymore. And the arcanists of the Order prefer to get their supplies elsewhere since Grand Master Arenthiel has returned. Well, since I have a son to feed, I had to think of something. That tip with the rhyming came from my brother-in-law, Doral. He's with the sickle and came back from a journey to Calais just recently. He said that he visited a lecture from a Chilean merchant there. And he said that in order to be successful nowadays, one needs a, unique selling proposition. Yes, that's how he called it. Something to distinguish him or herself from the competition. Correct. I know I'm not the best poet, but I'm sure you'll remember bartering at Emberlord and Fireflash better than with that goat-faced vagabond woman Stonehand down at the market. How kind of you to ask me this. The trade goes well, I can't complain. Were not my son Mirel amiss. The boy is wicked, it's a pain. From dusk till dawn, I kid you not, he plays and jests with that small brat. Instead of helping in the shop, they chase that girl's idiotic cat. That wicked child, Gaboff's her name, from Ostain her kin arrived. Her father drinks without restraint, the girl's wits too are much deprived. My wares it is you want to see. I promise you, they'll bring you glee.
are you?
Sir. Walk blessed, friend. Sure. Where to?
Ho there, friend. What are you doing out here at this time of day? In a few hours, the Bone Rippers will come out of their caves, and unless you're eager to meet one in person, you should see to it that you're far from here when that happens. What? You made it all the way here without ever seeing one of them? Lucky you. They are beasts, as big as trolls and as swift as tigers. They sleep through most of the day, but at dusk they usually come out to look for prey. And, unfortunately, they have gotten a taste for human flesh. Heard of it? I guess you could say that. Behind these gates is the Valley of Silvergrove, and... You know what? Actually, I was just about to close the gate for the night. But if you're looking for our village anyway, why don't you just come in? I won't open them again until tomorrow noon, but that should be enough time for you to finish whatever business you have here. My Dame Thalar's banana grog is a blast, if that helps you decide. Is it? I think trust has to start somewhere, doesn't it? And I've got a good gut feeling about you. That has to be enough for starters. Glad to hear it. Follow me. Alright then, here we are. You'll find our village if you just follow that road down there. At least to the grove, you can hardly miss it. It's a really nice place. I bet you'll like it there. Since that boy found the silver vein in the grove, we live like the Lightborn do in Inadan, really. So I guess this is farewell, isn't it? Unless you have questions. Well, you know, Silvergrove wasn't always as nice a place as it is now. Back in the old days, it was quite harsh, actually. But then, some traveler came by and left us with a small boy. He had a terrible disease, and I suppose that's why the guy just abandoned him. I don't know how someone can be that heartless, but it was probably for the best. Ulbar adopted him, and... when exactly was that? 4 years ago, the boy found a silver vein while he was playing in a small cave near the grove. And, well, from then on the wealth just flowed in pretty much by itself. Come to think of it, I don't want to imagine what this place would be like without the little fella. His name is Rhineas, or at least that was the name stitched on the blanket that stranger left him with. Who knows? Maybe you'll see him for yourself. He's quite popular. I'm no apothecarius, but he had these tumors all over his face, and his left leg was entirely crippled. But just a few moons after Ulbar took him in, he started getting better. The weather, maybe? I don't know. But I'm glad it happened. That boy is a treasure. Anything else? Otherwise, I'm damn ready for a nap. A headache? Nah, sorry. Could be the heat. Or maybe you were just thirsty. I wouldn't worry too much about it if I were you. Any more questions? Ah, don't mention it. Walk blessed.
Steel, provisions, armor, all a daring adventurer needs.
One day, I'm gonna be an adventurer, and I'm gonna explore the entire.
Monsieur?
Walk blessed! You're not from around here, are you? I don't think I've seen you here before. You're welcome. What would this world be like without people helping one another? You could take a look at the ruin near the oasis, or the one on the beach. That is, if you know how to fight off the wild animals around there. But I don't know, do you really think that's a good idea, risking your life for some filthy lucre? I don't know. Rheneas, of course I do. A great lad, really. Did you know we owe all of our wealth to him? Without him, this place would be nothing. I'm rambling again. If you're looking for him, he and his father live on the next to last house on the cliffside of the village. A merchant? I take it you've already seen the Silent Moon's Inn. Tahara probably can't offer you more than provisions, but I'm sure she won't say no if you're looking to sell. Then there's Robak and his little ship on the outskirts of the village. And finally Oliel in the marketplace. Not much, I know, but we don't get visitors here very often. You're welcome. What would this world be like without people helping one another? Take care and enjoy your stay here. You'll see. This is a beautiful spot on Earth we have here. It really is.